Activated, your window into an extraordinary world lived by many yet celebrated by few. We showcase how to rally for persons with disabilities, taking you on a journey with valuable life lessons and intriguing personalities, leaving you ready for action. Activated takes us on a journey of taking lessons from persons with disabilities and how we must do things differently to unleash the contribution persons with disabilities can and must make to building a disability-inclusive Mzansi. In today's program, we focus on learnerships, a necessary evil or an income opportunity. We meet Sharon Modisaitsile with her motto, say yes and you'll get through the door. We meet Lubabalo Mbeki and unpack what the role of learnerships were meant to play and how learnerships can approach them. And in closing, we visit the Living Link, post-school opportunities for adults with neurodiversity and intellectual impairments. Hello and welcome to Activated with me, Helga Barkhuizen. Learnerships were created as an opportunity for young people to gain the necessary skills and workplace experience that will open up better employment or self-employment opportunities. Leerlingskappe is dus as 'n beleidsvoorneme nie geskep as 'n diensnemingsbelofte of 'n belofte van 'n lewende loon nie. Dit word ondersteun deur die feit dat dit binne die mandaat van die Departement van Hoër Onderwys en Opleiding val, eerder as die Departement van Indiensneming en Arbeid. Leerlingskappe is geskep as geleentheid, nie om slawerny te ondersteun nie. So, het iets verkeerd geloop tussen beleidsvoorneme en die hebsug van kapitalisme. Now, let's get activated. Dit het redelik algemeen geword in die konteks van gestremde leerlingskappe dat wanneer opleidingsverskaffers nie in staat is om werkplekervaringsposisies vir leerders te vind nie, hulle dit in 'n gesimuleerde omgewing aanbied. Dit berei leerders ongelukkig nie voor vir die alledaagse realiteit van die werkplek of selfs om hul eie inkomste te genereer nie. Let us meet the Yes rockstar Sharon Modisaitsile, the 32-year-old who started her journey at the Yes Ulusha Hub in Alexandra. Let's take a look. 7 years ago, Sharon experienced a personal physical setback, the result of which was a loss of function of her legs. Coming to terms with her circumstances was difficult. A mother of 2, she had to rely on her father to be her and her children's caregiver. Getting used to a wheelchair was massively challenging, but Sharon was determined not to let anything hold her back. Despite her difficult circumstances, Sharon has pushed not only her wheelchair, but her dreams, aspirations, and passion to ensure that she creates a place for herself where she's able to provide a stable income for herself and her family. Sharon says, "My disability is my ability as I dance my way to a future filled with rolling inspirations."
With learnerships, I would travel a lot. I used to enjoy learnerships a lot. I used to enjoy, but the only part that I did not enjoy because it was driving me. I had to taxi maybe two taxis per day and stuff like that. But the knowledge that I got from learnership, it was amazing because for an underqualified person like me, it teaches you to grow. It helps you to grow as a person and to understand other things that you did not understand and the value of education. When I joined DIS as a permanent employee, I said, thanks God, I finally got something that is permanent. Because in the long run, I knew that learnership, they would say, when you are 35 years, you no longer qualify, right? So when I joined DIS, I said, before, thanks God that I have achieved it before I turned 35 years. Yes has helped me a lot. I don't want to lie. Yes Health has helped me. It has built a self-confidence in me because before I didn't even have confidence. I wouldn't want anybody pushing me besides maybe, let's say, somebody that I'm comfortable with. And moving around places, it has shown when they're having events, they make sure that they occupy me so that I must be out there. But then I would say it totally have changed my life in a very, very big way. Kakhulu. In financially, I'm financially stable now. People look up to me as not a disabled person, but as a well-being person, because there's a lot of things that I can do for myself. I provide for myself, I provide for my kids, everything. So yes has just opened doors for me. Rather than me before, I would sit at home doing nothing, waiting for learnerships to come and stuff like that. Some learnerships, you know about learnerships, you do them while you are at home. You go only when you are going to submit. But with yes, you are out there meeting new people every day. And yeah, for description, I would say I'm a living example. If I can survive that long with yes, that means that yes, it's a good environment, it's a home. You'll meet lovely people, people that will love to know about your disability, people that will engage with you more, people that will love to educate you on different things that you didn't know, people that will mentor you for you to grow as a person. So I'm in a safe space. And I always tell people that my loyalty lies with yes, because yes took me from another different level to another different level. I would say to young people that are not taking learnership seriously or they have their own frustrations, each and every opportunity that you get, you must grab it with both hands, because you might not know which door it's going to be open for you next. So you going there, it's not just for fun or anything. Do it with love, do it with passion. One day you'll be called in a big company, knowing that you have done a learnership somewhere else. But if you don't have anything to show, there is nothing that they can help you with. There's nothing that they can assist you with.
Sy het nie toegelaat dat haar vryheid van keuse geïnhibeer word nie en is opsetlik oor die soort lewe en loopbaan wat sy wil lei. Hierdie soort veerkragtigheid, gretigheid en groeiingesteldheid is waarna yes in elke kandidaat soek. En ons word steeds geïnspireer, nie deur Sharon nie, maar die uitstekende werk wat sy daagliks lewer. After the ad break, we meet Lubabalo Mbeki, experienced business owner and director with a demonstrated history of working in the human resources industry. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Lubabalo Mbeki is a dynamic individual with a mobility impairment who has vast experience in the field of employment and skills development practices. Founder of Dimensional Access Techniques in 2013. His experience has been gained from over 10 years working for government, disability sector organizations, and his involvement with international exchange programs in Japan and USA. His functional responsibilities in the business include managing and leading the establishment of and running the company and providing guidance on the economic inclusion matters of disadvantaged persons on various business projects. Lubabalo, welcome to Activated.
Thank you, Helga. I'm happy to be on your show.
Where and how do learnerships fit into the aspirations of persons with disabilities and their economic independence?
If we look back on the history of persons with disabilities in the country, just in the recent decades, persons with disabilities have been neglected from opportunities, from education, because there have been perceptions that persons with disabilities can't really participate equally with others. So there's been a constraint that has held persons with disabilities to get jobs because of lack of education. That also translated to lack of skills for persons with disabilities. Now, the National Skills Development Plan is specifically trying to address the lack of skills for everybody, for every youth in our country, so that we can grow as an economy. But also, this speaks directly to persons with disabilities, and hence we have learnerships that are able to accommodate persons with disabilities so that they can acquire skills and then eventually they can be employable and get jobs and earning for their families.
Where do learnerships fail to upskill candidates that have been enrolled? Do you think the challenges lie with the employer, with the learner? Where does the challenge lie?
Helga, it's a very interesting question. And as you are asking it, I'm trying to pose some questions as if I'm with the person with the disability and the business, the employer. From a number of occasions and many projects and that we have experienced. I think we as persons with disabilities, we've got some serious questions to ask ourselves on the outcomes that are expected when getting into a learnership.
Sure.
But also there are other role players that the employers, their intentions of enrolling people into a learnership, persons with disabilities. And then there are other questions that we need to ask ourselves. Is it for many other reasons? For example, do you want to grow this person and develop this person so that they can have skills and eventually absorb this person in the same company? So that's one good intention. But also there are other questions that come and I think they are real with many businesses. Is it for BE score points?
Absolutely, yes.
Is it just for ticking the box so that we've said, and then we can say we've trained people in a learnership at the end of the year and report those statistics, and then it's the end so that we can look good? And if that's the intention, I think it defeats the whole purpose of the National Skills Development Plan of the country. It also defeats the career aspirations and the potential of the person or the individual with the disability himself. But also we need to educate ourselves as leaders, as businesses, as managers, you know. There are fears of the unknown. Should we employ them? Are we bringing trouble if we absorb persons with disabilities, you know? All of those, I would say stereotype mind, you know.
But again, there can be no risk without reward, right? So you have to take the chance on people to see that it works out.
The fact is, I think it's proven on data that the more diverse a workplace is, inclusive of persons with disabilities, the more competitive it is, you know.
At the end of the day.
So it benefits business.
So you are known to have created a database of people with disabilities and matching them with workplace opportunities. Tell us a little bit about that. How do people get to know about this database? How can they get on this database? Do they get to know about other databases so that they can get connected with workplace opportunities?
Over the years, we have been operating in the employment space, and we've also worked with organizations of persons with disabilities, such as the National Council for Persons with Disabilities and the South African Disability Development Trust. Now, those kind of relationships, they have enabled us to connect with communities of persons with disabilities throughout the provinces. So this is when the database has been built. But obviously the database is changing. For example, Sibulelo has been registered today. Next week, Sibulelo is being employed. But we do own a database of disabled job seekers countrywide, and we also have a network of disabled people through our social media networks and other platforms, of which we are able to connect with people directly. And people can connect with us or contact us by visiting our website, www.ahs, A for Apple, H for Honey, S for South, world.co.za. It's for Access Human Solutions.
Lubabalo, it's been a pleasure having you here with us today.
Thank you, Helga.
After the break, we visit the Living Link, a non-profit that caters for the neurodiversity and intellectual impairments of community, regardless of race, gender, and religious background. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Young people with intellectual impairments often do not achieve the minimum entry level required for enrollment in learnerships. So organizations providing services to adults with intellectual disabilities have had to come up with innovative approaches to bridge the skill gap for these young people who have been left behind. The Living Link aims to encourage, enhance, and support the development of neurodiverse adults, helping them attain a higher quality of life. Let's take a look. At the Living Link, they promise to continuously develop and enhance the potential of adults with intellectual impairments and neurodiversity. Their aim is to allow the opportunity for full integration and equal participation in mainstream society to improve their quality of life. They strive to facilitate growth and change by empowering their members, their support network, and the community by creating an environment of understanding, acceptance, and possibility. Their training programs provide members with the tools and skills necessary to successfully enter the mainstream workplace.
I am the job coach and employment consultant to the Living Link Western Cape. My task is solely to find employment for young people with disabilities and integrate them into the world of work. For our young people, many of them have different disability and challenges, and this integration about finding work is important for them so that they can sustain themselves and their family. Currently, our trainees are in job sampling, so part of my task as a job coach is to find different companies that we do job shadowing with. These companies, they come on board, we brief their staff, they get to work with our young people, and they create a real work environment. For most of our trainees, this is the first time that they are actually working alongside other staff. And for the staff, it's also the first time that they are working with young people with disability. So in the beginning, there's a lot of debriefing, understanding young people with disability. But after they've worked there for a few months, because the period of job sampling is 6 months, our young people feel more confident. We then prepare them for the job market, which means that they then get to be doing interviews and then are ready for finding employment. And although it's a big challenge for them, we have quite a big success rate, almost 52% that we've successfully over the last 3 years, have employed in different companies. It's sustainable. Being part of the Living Link program for 1 year, maybe you can share a little bit about how you've experienced the first 6 months of being in the class and till when you are leaving. In the next few weeks, you guys are finishing off with the Living Links program. So how has this process been for you?
When I joined, I wasn't expecting it to be so much papers at first.
That was a lot of writing, eh?
Yeah, it was a lot of writing. I was expecting 1 or 2 big exam things. Then as I got there, I'm like, okay, this is not what I was expecting, but I still coped through it.
I think well done that you've actually stuck it out for like 6 months.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a
challenge, huh?
Yeah.
Brendan, tell me a little bit about what were some of the things that stood out for you when you were in class with Nabila. For 6 months in class, learning different things. What was it like?
Like you said, the paperwork was, I also didn't expect it, but I was fine with it because I like writing and stuff like that. And I learned from the questions and what we learned from there. And what we also do there also. And Nabila teaches a lot, like, you know, I know for paperwork it's can be a struggle, but when you get through it, it will get easier. You see. Hi, I'm Brendan van Rensburg. I'm 19 years old. I'm a learner at the Living Link. My dream is to be an artist. What I do is I draw, I paint. It makes me feel actually comfortable and kind of good. I'm very proud and I'm so glad that I'm good at it. And I'm not actually shy to show people my art. And I would like to sell all my paintings and make good money.
I wanted to pick up on one thing that is quite a personal thing. What has been holding you back? Now that you do understand your disability, you've got an understanding about your disability, what holds you back that you feel that you are not able to maybe achieve your goals one day?
Anxiety.
It brings out the anxiety,
yes,
eh?
It's
scary, stressful.
Yeah, quite degree of anxiety.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Abdul. I'm 26 years old. I like birds. I live in Ottery. My dream is to travel. But in order for me to travel, I must earn an income. That's where a job comes in. You need to earn in order to make your dreams a reality. Because without income, you go nowhere. I'm learning to just stand on my own 2 feet.
My name is Timothy. I'm a learner of the Living Link. And I like to work with animals if possible. I think it's fun and it's interesting for me to work with more than one type of animal, to learn how to take care of animals and also travel while I'm at it. I just like the experience of traveling. Travel around, see what kind of animals are in that specific area and work with them, that kind of animal.
I want to say thank you to you guys for just being here, giving and sharing a lot of the Living Link. You do understand that the Living Link is about creating awareness. You guys are helping our process, so thank you so much.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Pleasure. I love that.
Gestremde leerlingskappe is bedoel om 'n omgewing te bied waarin individue met gestremthede vaardighede kan ontwikkel wat hulle nooit gedroom het moontlik was nie, wat 'n betekenisvolle bydrae lewer tot die samelewing en tot die maatskappy waarmee hulle werk. Om 'n leerlingskap te doen is 'n wonderlike geleentheid as jy nuwe vaardighede wil aanleer en 'n loopbaan wil ontwikkel in 'n veld waaroor jy passievol is. En so is ons aan die einde van vandag se program. Bly veilig tot volgende week, selfde plek, selfde tyd. Only on SABC2, you belong.
Join, like and share Activated on Facebook.